Hello everyone, this is Greyshot bringing you another COH2 replay. A little bit late, but it's still fine. In any case, this is a 4v4 on steps brought to you by a B4chan supporter. I'll tell you that at the end, but if you would like to support the channel, just click the link down below for my Patreon link, or just like, subscribe. Either way, that helps. If you join my Patreon, you get early access to videos, emotes, you get shoutouts, again, exclusive art, access to join games, and much, much more. But in any case, I try to make sure I, do above and beyond in Patreon, so that way, again, if you guys are supporting me, you do get something. But anyway, so we got, what do we have? We have 3 Soviet versus 1 American versus 2 OKW and 2 Vermont, with Riggs, Joey, Arctic, Thomas versus Artie, Nick, Josk, and Libertis. So we'll see how things go. We shall see. Certain Pioneers easily being pushed back riflemen because, of course, better long range, supported by Rare Echelon. I'm assuming for maybe suppression or smoke. Do you have the upgrade for him? No, you're just getting a mortar team up. Any case, looks like the island is pretty much going to be under Axis control. Yeah, there seems to be sending some forces to come in. We have a couple engineer squads. We have some penal troops. Actually, more fighting in mid, although the MG's trying to suppress them. Probably not going to be able to, though. Probably a satchel will be thrown. Nope, he's getting around. And actually good micro there. Artie went with the B4. Oh, God. Counterattacks. Okay, come on. Let's see what you do with it. I want to see what you do with that B4. Now, to verify everyone, and let's see everyone's rank real quick while the allies are getting thrashed in mid. It seems like more mixed. I would say the Axis have a small advantage, but we'll see how things go. Again, rank doesn't matter, or at least that rank doesn't matter. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in the long term. Meanwhile, again, we have Grenadiers lighting up this area. Conscripts on standby, just trying to hold the line. Looks like the Axis and mid are just chilling. I would probably take this territory. Allies do have the middle star, the middle fuel, and this supply point, but the island is pretty much under German hands. Although a lot of Panzerfusiliers got pushed back. Actually, a lot of Panzerfusiliers. Stern Pioneers are still trying to help. I still think there's a lot of allied forces, but they're so weak. No, they're going to have to fall back. It's close, but the Axis should be able to hold this. The Panzerfusilier squad turned it. Yeah, you should retreat that squad, Thomas. Anyway, Arctic and, again, Thomas both went grand defensive. The new doctrine, it's good. Don't get me wrong, it's very good. But both doubling down on this as the OKW, I feel like could be a little bit of overkill, in my opinion. We have Artie with counterattacks, which is a big thumbs up from me. We got Armored Assault with the IS-2 and T-3045s. And then we have Libertis with the other IS-2 doctrine, with also KVA flamethrower and shock troops. So right now, the Soviets actually have a wide variety of very good doctrines, with each of an anti-infantry, more anti-infantry, and recon. So that's good. Now, if I was the American player, I would go something with a direct strike. So if I was him, okay, he doesn't have that option. Maybe Calliope? Rifle Company, I guess I wouldn't mind. Or, really, if he doesn't have direct strike, any of them, I guess, would be a substitute. But that would be my only thing, is right now these guys don't have a direct strike. But neither do the Axis right now. They do have some commanders and doctrines that do focus on that, but that's not where they are right now. Now, meanwhile, on steps, everyone's like, oh, go for the island, you win the game. Well, yes and no. Yes, if you take control of the island, you are definitely getting a lot of resources, especially if you can lock it down. But if the enemy sits there, then you have the perfect opportunity to hit them in mid, the mid star, and the northern area. We can see here, Riggs has put down a bunch of S minefields. Again, nice idea. If the enemy just happily walks right in to capture the point, they're going to blow up. Good plan. Good plan. Already has still a ton of penal troops. Yeah, MG's instantly suppressing. I love how the conscripts literally just walk in. They could, if they got a little bit more, they could maybe have saw that. They got around them. There's a conscript squad here. Axis don't even care about this point. They're more focused in mid. A lot of American forces coming in by Nikolai. We'll see how things go. Mortar opening fire, missing the shot though. Troops are falling back. MG setting up. They will need smoke. Do you have smoke? You do not. That's always weird to me. As an American player, you want smoke so that you can get around the Axis MG lines. It's weird, but yeah, the Axis are straight, like, again, because of all the MGs they can have and all the bunkers and with MGs, it's very annoying. That's why I always recommend getting smoke, so that way you can get around them. Or a mortar. The blob by Artie, Jesus Christ, is pushing down south, though it looks like just Thomas E is holding him back for the time being. We do have shock troops now coming back in. We got a player pushing, yeah, Arctic, who's pushing up, again, a lot of troops just up this way. We'll see how things go. Again, not a bad idea to push up for this point, especially if you can lock it down. He does have a Verken River coming up, and he's building a half-track. If he could lock this area, mine it, defend it, then this could be a very good choke point for the Allies, to contain the Allies, even in their base. I wouldn't recommend a medical base there, but we can see here there's medical base over here. And he's getting the upgrades for it. So if you can get the next building, you can lock this area down and maybe do well. But looks like mid completely fell apart. Yeah, Axis forces just completely collapsed. MG looks like was pulled back immediately. We do have a flank coming in, so that will help maybe kill the mortar. Going close range. Mortar missing. Yeah, this mortar's dead. It didn't even retreat yet. Stern Pioneers will excel at killing close range. They got that. Meanwhile, again, we have a big battle going on over here with penal troops fighting Pioneers and Grenadiers. Really no cover for either party. You should get to cover in order to help win and survive that engagement. Allied players coming on in. But again, there's an MG right here and mines. Like, you can literally see the... Like, again, if I go to the Soviet perspective, you can see it. Now, luckily, he hit around here, so we can try to get around. Problem is, he didn't go far enough, and he's still being suppressed. Nice idea, because again, he's not being protected. He doesn't have recon or something to hold it, and the mines are just barely out. But now he's walking back into the mines, and he might lose the unit in the retreat. Yes, he will. Jesus Christ, that's a great job right there. I like Grenadiers like, we're here. I guess he's dead. Meanwhile, I'll give the Soviet player this. If he takes this point, please don't. Hey guys, we could cut off the resources. No, let's charge the fuel. But won't they know we're coming since we decapped the point? Shh. No, they won't. I like what he went back. Like, maybe we should. Nah. Meanwhile, again, the squad's coming up. We do have a scout car as well that has just been brought up. Medical base. Nothing. We have a medical. Okay, so everyone here has a medical by their base. Nice. At least that's positive. I don't think you should put a medical here. Steps is one of the larger maps, so maybe you want it. But if you're in fear of a direct strike or something from the Allies, then I can see it. Or like major artillery. Wow, they're just shooting them on the retreat. Damn. But some big pushes by the Axis. The Allies seem to have played off. They managed to get an MG. Good job there. Again, I would retreat. The men are so weak that the Grenadiers push back up. You might be screwed. Conscripts. Unfortunately, this squad was facing the wrong way in cover, and this squad's barely alive. MG being set up, instant retreating, and luckily that is enough to hold the line. So Allies doing a decent job counterattacking. But now comes the Axis armor. We saw here he went Storm Doctrine, so we'll see how that goes. Storm Doctrine, by the way, has the ambush, smoke, artillery, and again, bazooka bombs. So all things the Axis, the Allies probably not the best prepared for. Smoke's coming down again. Great recon, and also can help protect your units. So really enjoy that ability. So a lot of smoke bombs. Oh god. Meanwhile, we have the Axis coming back in mid. Looks like they killed the engineer squad while trying to set up a mine. Yeah, need to be a little bit faster on that draw. If I was an engineer squad, I would send up north with minesweepers because that's ridiculous. MG being replaced, again, it's so weak. I would rather just get 6-man squads. Sniper, oh, wow. What is this? All right, actually, that unintentionally allowed probably allowed the Allies to flank around because they're like, oh, doy, here's a barrier. I guess, should we go up north? Sniper's here for some stupid reason. I don't know why. Could be very useful fighting off Grenadiers and cover, but no. No, that would be a smart plan. More smoke coming down. I'm assuming to protect the retreats of some units. Rangers, though, coming out. So that may have not helped amazingly well. Rangers tearing them apart. Oh, we have grenade. And, oh, just kind of hits this squad. Okay. Allies yet to capture the southern point. Again, that's a decent amount of resources you're kind of leaving on the table. It's like the guy who has a coupon for something and he's like, I don't need it. It's like, but you know it'll save money and you're you're already scraping the barrel on those bills. So maybe, just maybe, you want to use the coupon? Nah. And they're just chilling, they're not going for it. It's like, okay, it's at your disposal, but I guess you're not using that resource. Meanwhile, big push up north by scout cars of all things. Okay. That's weird. I maybe half tracks because you can deploy them, but the Regal mines, again, can only be deployed by the half track, so not by scout cars. They can't place mines. That would be amazing if they could, but they can't. So you lost your MG that you stole from the Axis, so that was a big oof. The Axis again have the half track now up north, which again, I don't know why you don't have armor or something more substantial. Soviet sniper doesn't have armor piercing capabilities, so it's really not going to do all that much to it. Penal troops though coming around the corner, luckily able to help, along with a Su-76. MG being like, we got this, guys, and the penal troops like, you literally set up right in front of us, so we're gonna kill you now. Luckily, the Su-76 providing AT fire against the armor. Why you retreat that, I don't know. Because the scout cars could, if they were being ballsy, try to flank that. But luckily, one of your allies does have penal troops. Meanwhile, Axis forces have kind of fallen back onto this hill. There's shock troops coming in. We could see a really good grenade here. Pretty damn good. A lot of health damage, not a lot of model damage, but it's fine. Anyway, Panzerfusiliers counterattacking, pushing forward. He went with Calliope. Joey has yet to go anything. We'll see what he picks. Yeah. I'm trying to think of what he... maybe the super close air support would be like the best ability. So this with the... Hold on. What do you have, Joey? Yeah, you can have a lot of guys with G43s. That might be better. Nice shot, by the way, killing the Ranger squad on the retreat with the Panzerfusiliers. We can see here down here that Panzer Headquarters buildings been set up half-track. Most likely, I would make the assumption the Arctic is trying to lock down this territory, with Thomas kind of providing support down south and more in mid. Scout cars, once again, coming back up north. S-76 is very busy, trying to help mid. So, yeah, they're just going to walk on through. Sniper, there's going to be nothing stopping them from just chasing this thing down, which does suck. Because, again, it's like you always want to protect your sniper, because if they just do this and they just chase you with scout cars, they can murder it pretty quickly. Now, he's going to turn around just before the penals, and conscripts can throw AT grenades or satchel charges, which, again, kind of sucks. So, always try to make sure... I know he tried to bring them up in one big group, but maybe have a couple forces there scattered about. Just to make sure that doesn't happen. T-70 is giving chase to it. Going after the scout cars. We'll see how things go. Coming around the corner, Su-76 providing support. AT Penals also providing some support. That's dead, and the second scout car is died. The sniper has been avenged, because that's actually more resources than a sniper, losing 2 scout cars. So yeah, that was actually a bigger loss, technically, for the Axis, even though the sniper a lot of people would consider to be a bigger threat. Resource-wise, at least, the Axis lost more. Anyway, troops moving up north. Again, looks like they're going with the old-fashioned, let's just send conscripts into the minefield tactic to clear it out. Oh boy, get a minesweeper, please. Anyway, shock troops on standby, probably better in heavy cover. A lot of allied forces in mid, especially the American blob. We have more MGs Grenadiers being made by Riggs. Joey hasn't picked anything yet, but he's placing an S minefield. I guess he's just making sure they can't advance. Wow, good job with the Panzerschreck. Good job, Thomas. You missed hit the minefield. Anyway, shock troops, again, they got suppressed. They're still being hit, so the suppression will still keep in effect for a little while. Panzer IV has been deployed, so Thomas is coming back pretty damn hard. And yeah, Panzer IV is nothing to sneeze at. We have more smoke, I assume, or is that just recon? I don't... Oh, okay. Smoke came down against the American forces against Panzer IV. Okay. I don't know why you dropped that, because I think you may have stopped whatever... Oh, okay, no. They were pushing this way. I guess you stopped him. Actually, I have no idea why you dropped that smoke. Maybe just stopped them from hitting long-range fire, but then again, you kind of cancel the effect of, oh, they can just walk through without being shot at, unless you're really good with the micro and able to hit, you know, where they're coming. Oh, Joey might be able to direct fire with the half-track through the forest. We shall see. Again, some of them have AT, and again, the rifleman can fire an AT grenade, so the Sug, at the very least, is going to be crippled for a time. American forces pulling back. That one's probably screwed, especially with the MG right there. Half-track giving chase to the other one. Maybe the rifleman will also die. We do have some AT forces opening fire, but they're too far out. Nice shot with the MG, knocking that sucker out. Half-track trying to kill that rifleman squad. Barely making it. Come on, rifleman. You can make it. And they make it. Very nice. Up north, we have conscripts opening fire. Grenadiers just mowing them down. Again, Riggs has upgraded them, both with MG42, so they just are going to mow down infantry, especially if they have no cover. Shock troops coming in, but again, the shock troops are very good close range, but this is a wide open. Why did you throw a grenade like that at them? That was a perfect grenade for like an explosive shot to kill both of them. Are you trying to hide in it? Well, you're not doing a great job. Anyway, conscripts and penals coming in. I guess his idea was just stay around long enough to cause it be a threat. Sure, why not? Anyway, that allowed the Allies to at least hold the north. And remember, guys, you may be saying, well, Greyshot, I think the Axis are winning this game. And you, sir, are not entirely wrong, but not entirely right. Because the Allies have both munitions, they have a fuel, and they have the star. Now, they are failing in a big thing on this map where they ignore the south, and that's allowing Arctic to just walk up from below and possibly flank. I'm assuming they might lay mines or something. At least that's what the smart move would be, to stop Arctic from just coming up and instantly taking them out. Meanwhile, the T-70, I believe, is engaging a half-track, and it is pushing it back, though Grenadiers on standby, most likely get a Panzerfaust if possible. In mid, we have Grenadiers opening fire against an MG. Unfortunately, the MG is winning that engagement. S-76 damage from most likely a Panzerfaust, lying back until the engineers are in a better environment to repair. Also, I just realized Libertis has so much infantry. That might harm his overall manpower if he keeps losing them consistently. But we'll see how things go. Meanwhile, down south, we have Panzerfusiliers falling back. Rangers coming on up with a Sherman, which is, again, the Dozer Blades. I don't mind this variant because, again, you still have the main gun of a Sherman, which, in my opinion, is better than the Bulldozer, just through and through. I don't see any mines down south, and Riggs and Arctic both don't have a lot of resources. Now they're getting a decent amount. They're getting 61 munitions per turn. Why? Because they're focusing on munitions, which I think is a better, I think in the long term is probably better. The reason for that's very simple. You can call more airstrikes, more abilities, upgrade more men. Sure, you're not getting armor, but to be fair, I don't think you need it. Because again, you already have 35 fuel. You're already doing great in the fuel department. More munitions, I think, would definitely help out. So more airstrikes and stuff can be called in. Any case, we got recon that's overhead right now. A large blob pushing on up. Axis really, I'm sorry, yeah, really don't have any contention over here with no MGs or anything. Best thing they got is an AT artillery ability to start being called down, or the Su-76 using artillery, but he's not using it. Instead, we have smoke being called in, but then they just retreat again. I don't understand. And now we have Panzer IV moving in, which is a dumber move, because now they have AT. The S-76 is still there, although I don't know why the hell it's looking back at the Allied lines. If they get a single shot off that Panzer IV, the AT grenade from the conscript could kill it. Alas, it just walks away because of poor micro by the Allied players over here. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Meanwhile, shock troops once again going pretty deep. But we can see here that even though they are dishing out some damage toward these Joey and the northern players, it's not like they're gathering an army that's pretty substantial, and the Allies don't exactly have a huge defense line or anything. Plus, I don't see any mines over here, so there's nothing stopping just a complete sweep of this sector by the Axis. So we'll see how counterattack plays in a little bit later. Half-track guarding this area, I assume, and preventing the Allies from pushing further. Allies focusing more on fuel, and I'm assuming they're trying to get that heavy armor, which, again, right now, everyone's about, what, 8 to 10 CP points? So actually, right now, 20-minute mark, or a little bit sooner, the new patch comes out, so that's supposedly when the new armor would be in effect. So, I mean, theoretically, if this guy could decrease it to 10, I think it's for the IS-2, he could get it in the next minute. Otherwise, there's going to be a few more before he's able to get more CP. I also find it weird how it goes up to 32, and there's, like, nothing past that you can use it on. B4 is fired. I heard it. Misses completely. I have no idea what you fired that thing at. Already, you want to focus this thing more at, like the Panzerforce Leader Squad here. The Tiger. Speaking of heavy armor, you have smoke going down. Arctic's about to deploy his own Tiger. So, honestly, we could see, what, 2... Oh, Joey went this. Yeah, 3 Tigers. That could be interesting. Meanwhile, Allied forces are barely holding back at the armored and grenadier force up north. They're sacrificing themselves more like it to just delay the Axis. But, yeah, that's not going to work out all that great because the Axis just have so much infantry and forces. The Allies are going to need to focus everything they have, but they don't have that much. Overall population's like, what, in the mid 50 at best? Axis are easily coasting mid 70s. They don't have the men. They don't. Tiger, Panzer IV on standby. Why do you have explosive rounds firing at a Panzer IV? Oh my god. Tiger's still just chilling. Moving up. B4 was knocked out by a substantial attack, most likely. Yeah, frag bomb. Good shot. Damage engine. Decrewed. And unfortunately with PTRS rifles, there goes the Panzer IV. So Thomas did lose something. He lost, again, that squad inside, but he can always reman the crew. Tiger's still there. Tiger's over here. But there is some decent AT. The Allies are better in mid than they are north. But also, I'm seeing like 3 Allied players here. We got green, yellow, blue. Why aren't they up north? Like, the northern sector is way more important. And I keep seeing units die up here and burn to death. Which, by the way, good job with that half-track, Joey. Very good job. Joey, again, nowhere near with his Tiger, but both Tigers are just popping around the edges, and not a bad idea. The only armor I see down here is a T-34 and a 85 variant. So we have a 76, 85. That's not enough. That's not enough armor to hold that back. You do have some AT. I'll give you credit. But, yeah, with these things with the Panzer Commander in a play, we could also see a Panzer IV use it against that AT, and if they don't move it, it could easily die. So that's a key issue. Right now, the biggest problem for the Allies is they need to recontrol the north, and they need to knock out Riggs' army, because it is on the move, and it's coming up quick right on their line. They are placing mines, though weirdly placing them, kind of. Maybe not. Maybe not that weirdly. Riggs is just going to let his unit die. Mine. No mine. Mine. Mine on the way out. Never mind. Never mind. I was wrong. And both units are dead. Fantastic mine placement. The dead body of the Grenadier squad played one last trick and hit the Pioneers. I'm sorry. The Engineer squad going through. Never mind. Ugh. Great. Anyway, double Sherman with Bulldozer. So again, for those who don't know, the Bulldozer upgrade, again, I believe it provides additional, reduces speed and mobility, increases health and armor, and you can crush obstacles. Great, fantastic. Plus you get the, I think, is it a white phosphorus? Or am I crazy? Medium tanks can fire white phosphorus shells and be equipped with medium tanks. Am I crazy about the white phosphorus? Oh wait, is it Vet 1? Is it Vet 3? Is Vet 2? Where's the white phosphorus? Am I crazy? Or is that the smoke screen? Whatever. Anyway, tanks engaging the north. Again, they are beating back the Panzer IV and decrew it. That could be a nice steal for the Allies who desperately need something. Use the Engineer squad, grab it and go. Meanwhile, is that Sherman still? Okay, they picked that one up. New B4 is being made. Stuka Bomb knocks that thing out, most likely, to stop it from being taken. Up north, there's really no competition. Panzer IV is easily pushing these guys back. Axis forces could swing around, take this. Joey does have the G43 upgrade, but he does have some nice airstrikes, and with the munitions they're getting, he could keep calling in frag bombs every 2.5 minutes if he wanted to. So that could be a major concern. Allies being pushed back, but this game is far from over. If they can coordinate, I think that they can start turning this tide. But again, they need to coordinate, and they need some really good strikes against the enemy. And most likely, how do they do that? Well, we've seen that the north is pretty much isolated in terms of overall engagement. We do see some teller mines here, so they want minesweepers, but if you can lure the enemy all the way there, engage them, knock them out, by the time reinforcements come in, you could theoretically knock out that army you're fighting and then engage the army that's engaging you, and then maybe knock them out. That would be the best idea, to lure them away and engage them piecemeal to try to reduce their size, because right now you are gaining more momentum. You're in the low 60s, but the Axis are easily still in the low 70s, so they still have a larger army than you. Stuka Bomb came in mid, decapping the point. Okay. That's also a concern. If Briggsy keep calling in those airstrikes, they can knock out the B4. The B4 is operational. Firing. Alright. Mortars definitely had better days, and at least that's been pushed back. Not an amazing strike, but it did its job. It pushed back the mortar. Anyway, we do have a sniper here. Nice idea for recon, I'll say that, so that we can see the enemy positions, and I'll do that a little bit farther away. Okay, yeah, that's fine. We have a Tiger tank engaging in the south, but we are about to be, yeah, unfortunately, he may have forgotten about satchels. So, yep, there they go. The homing satchel. Oh my god, if one more satchel would have gone on that, and maybe a volley of AT, that Tiger could have died. That Tiger could have died. Oh. Second Tiger barely living. Calliope charging way too close to the front. Not sure why. Tiger getting a nice kill on that unit. Joey. By the way, these are both the... Excuse me. So, yeah. The OKW gets this Tiger, but it is, I believe, a command Tiger. So, it does get more abilities as it goes on. Which is also weird because this command Tiger is the same cost as the Tiger. So, yeah. Find that very weird. It becomes command Tiger, but there's no... Like, I think, honestly, this is supposed to be a command Tiger, maybe at 680, at 250. That might be a little better just because of the bonus upgrades. But, hey, that's me. Any case, Joey is yet... No, Joey did get a Tiger. It's up north. My apologies. Shock troops did decap the point. Not going to be able to hold it long. Why is a frag bomb coming in? Joey, that might be overkill. Oh, you're calling these guys. Never mind. Perfect strike, Joey. Perfect strike. A lot of dead Soviets. So, yeah, that was a good strike. Oh, God. They're all in the corner, too. Oh, Jesus Christ. And he was so shocked, he also lost the shock troops. And now he has no frontline infantry. What? Okay, he has one shock troop squad, which I think... Oh, my God. Why are you presenting yourself? Remember when I said engage them in areas that way you can pick them off one by one? Apparently he didn't get the memo, because right now he's literally between like two armies and just being annihilated. So yeah, Liberatis could lose his entire army right here. There goes one Su-85. We have an engineer squad coming in. I can't wait to see what it does against the Tiger tank. And there goes the other Su-85. Tiger engaging down south. We have a T-70 go in. Try to help. Again, the bulldozer variants. Again, luckily both of them have armor-piercing rounds. They have a chance to kill this Tiger because of their bonus damage, but Pencil Fusiliers with 18 now coming in. Probably not likely. But, oh, looks like the half-track kind of stopped them. Damn, with that full volley, still not dead. Main gun is destroyed. That second Sherman is pulling back. Nice shot by the Su-85. Doesn't need rear armor. The pen, and gets the kill. Now, unfortunately, more forces are coming in, so Artie is kind of blocking the retreat path of this Sherman. Also, Sherman's deploying smoke. Tiger tank, though, fires on the side, knocks out the tank, and is going to pull back. B4 on standby, still only 2 kills. Not, I mean, if it hits here, that's a great shot. If it misses, not great. We do have recon overhead, too. So, unfortunately, what we could see very easily is a Stuka bomb being called in on this. Oh, damn! I was like, is it going after the B4? Nope, hit the Calliope. Good job with that airstrike. Meanwhile, we still have some allied forces up north trying to hold this front. I also love how there's 2 MG42s up for a Soviet player. But the problem is right now is this guy just coming up the flank, and there's been no real engagements down south. So the Axis are now strangling the Allies. The Allies were not able to use their resources and to all that effectively. Like, this guy is 400 munitions. Lay down some mines up north. Luckily, some good satchels and some good teamwork knock out this unit. So Arctic just lost his Tiger and a decent amount of his men. He definitely still holds the south. And remember, if the enemy engages him, most likely, I would assume, he's used this time to lay down defenses and other things down south since he has so much munitions. That's what I would do. So that way the enemy literally, like, again, becomes a battle of attrition, and they just slowly lose quite a bit. Again, frag bomb comes in, hurts a bit of Soviet men, looks like, stops them from taking the pretend warfare maybe. T-34 is coming in, but Tiger's coming in on the flank, pushing back the T-34s. Remember, there's still 85 variants, so they're still pretty damn potent. So you need to watch out for that. Obosudan pushing up the hill. AT gun. I'll try. Oh, God. Okay, thank God this is suppressing it. Because I was going to say, they have a lot of tank destroyers, or anti-tank equipment. Not a lot of anti-infantry equipment. And that's actually going to bite him. His T-34 can't fight that. Why are you moving S-25 up? Oh, maybe it's the Rangers. Rangers coming in. Nikolai going in for a close battle. Trying to get a kill. Now, they are definitely doing better close range. But we have the half-track still there, suppressing them. So good job with that half-track. Meanwhile, snipers going up north, stopping the shock troops, which... Sure, why not? Yeah, let's get shock troops. Hey, remember how you have a heavy armored unit that can maybe deploy that would help? Sniper literally just walked into shock troops and realized the power of the PPSH. Anyway, T-34 85 doing a decent job. Push back to Stug, but unfortunately smoke came down. He doesn't really want to engage. Oh God, all the artillery coming in. Oh my God, Arctic lost everything. Jesus Christ. Alright, so Arctic is losing everything down south. Pulling back. Very lucky. Again, most likely he used a direct fire component to try to kill the Panzer IV. So good job there. B4 looks like did manage to get some hits and some kills. But most likely, I'm assuming what happened is they pushed up the hill. It hit. Didn't cause a lot of kills per se, but it caused a lot of health damage. Now, luckily, the Axis do have 2 VP points, so right now the Allies are very close to losing this game. Resource-wise and overall population, the Allies are definitely the worst of the two. Yeah, the Axis have way more resources. Army-wise, low 60s most likely. But the Axis are also in the mid-60s, so it may seem like it's an even fight, but the let me rephrase that. It may seem like it's a one-sided fight with the Axis winning, but overall, the Allies are still somehow barely managing to hold. And I think that's kind of focusing on choke points themselves, annihilating the Axis when they do full frontal charges and just tearing them apart. Now, luckily, Thomas, on the other hand, Tiger, has survived. He has a lot of troops on the field. And again, his Tiger, slowly but surely, will be helping all of his troops over time as, again, it gets more and more veterancy. Joey still has his Tiger. B4 missing the shot. Again, I have no idea what this B4 is shooting at. I really don't. Meanwhile, I'm assuming a Stuka bomb. Yep, there. Oh my God. I think it hit some troops by it too. Damn. Damn. Again, anti-air would easily knock this out of the equation for you. Like setting up 2 anti-air, one a little bit further down the south, one a little bit up in the north, kind of having like a clear coverage area, so that if any plane comes in from a direction, it immediately gets shot down, would be the best way to deal with this air. Even smoke bombs would be rendered like inoperable because they would come in, immediately get shot down, and crash. You could use them as kamikazes, but they're not. That could be a waste of a lot of resources. Nice Calliope pushes back some of Thomas's forces, though he's just chilling on the edge. We have fire as well coming down from the Soviet player, most likely trying to stop that fuel from going in the Axis hands. Meanwhile, shock troops trying to fight, but mines are too many men alike. We have a Sturmovik strike coming in, which will do damage against guys sitting out of cover. Absolutely. But Won't do much against Panther. Panther going after the T-34. It is the 85 variant. That's the thing. It's the 85. It is weaker, but not. It can still go toe-to-toe with a Panther for the most part, unless you get some unlucky bounces. Aw, damn. I was just complimenting your Tiger. God damn it, Arctic and Thomas. You both lost your Tigers after I gave you compliments on them. Damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, so he tried to charge up the hill, but again, the T-3045 AT gun SU-85. Damn, Artie, that thing is definitely coming in handy. Murdered the Tiger very quickly, so that's a key issue. This Tiger trying to get the hell out of there, but oh my god. Stalin's happy. He's like, I'm going in. Get out of my way, Panther. It's mine. So that thing is a damage engine. Oh, no. And now being hit by the IS-2, which now is the time. Now is the time to try to kill that thing. One last shot is all that remains. IS-2 trying to go in for the final kill. Smoke being called down. Tiger tank also hitting mines on the way out. Love it. We do have another force coming in. More smoke coming down. Oh boy, IS-2 is going in for the kill. More smoke. Wait, we got third smoke. So much smoke. Tiger trying to get the hell out of there. Satchel going off on that Panther, though, on the flank. Using more smoke by the half-track. Jesus Christ, all the smoke in the world. Does get the kill, however. IS-2's like, I'm tired of this bullshit, and goes for it. Unfortunately, there's still other Panthers in the area. One's crippled. Two are kind of damaged, though it tried to stop the IS-2. Didn't necessarily work out all that great. IS-2 just went through it because, you know, that's how physics works. T-34-85's opening fire, but the more armor's coming in, the IS-2 gets the hell out of there. Luckily, it does have the SU-85 that's been a hero in mid coming in. Back up. Don't go forward. Your rear armor. Bounce. And one hit and gets killed. Damn. This one's crippled now. That would be the best idea, but there's so many Panthers here and AT. You just want to pull back from this engagement. Yep. Hot damn. That was a hell of a fight. But now the AT gun here, again, within range, pull back. Jackson's now up here. Overall, that was definitely not great for Joey, but he has the resources to easily get another one. So, honestly, let's double check with Libertis. No, was it Libertis? Damn it, I think it was Libertis. Anyway, either way, both Soviet players are very close to getting the IS-2. Again, most likely it was Libertis. So yeah, it's not terrible, but Libertis definitely has a smaller army overall. And Josh Hertz, very close. Again, he could probably deploy an IS-2 shortly, but he needs a few more he needs a few more population points, not BP points. What was I about to say? Yeah, luckily, yeah, the Allies are still not doing too bad. All right, here's an IS-2, and they're capturing the north. So they're actually barely clinging on to life. But again, they need a decisive victory. They need to blow up an army or do an amazing maneuver to reduce enemy activity in the area. Like, a great example of something would be like, this was an accident by the Germans, by the way. They didn't plan on doing this initially. But essentially, before the whole sweep into the Caucasus Mountains to the oil fields happened in '42, the Soviets launched a grand offensive at the Germans that were preparing. Germans were like, okay, lure them in. So they literally lured them in. Like, I think only like 10 or 20,000 Germans actually were casualties. Not even, I don't think, died. But the Soviet army literally went into the pocket and they just closed it and just lost everything. So that reduced occupational strength in that area, which allowed the Germans to just sweep through quite quickly, even with reinforcements coming in. But yeah, forces opening fire on the Tiger. Again, with the Jackson support, so they have a tank destroyer, they can definitely do the damage. Tiger tank falling on back. Triple allied tank threat at north. More smoke. We have a teller mine down, but there's so many units right now that if it goes off, it could possibly hit some more armor. Tiger going through the back route, trying to get the hell out of there, going behind the building, And looks like the armor is no longer engaging, which means in that fight, overall, Axis victory right there, because they're able to withdraw without taking too many casualties. I love how the mines are here, but they're not going off because they're not pushing up. Nice run by the T-34, running over a Panzer Grenadier squad while moving around. Unfortunately, this AT gun's just not prepared, and the Panther's just moving on up. IS-2, been crippled. I don't know why I retreated so far south, but most likely the Panthers know it's there and opening fire. Luckily, again, with both Armored Force opening fire, they're doing quite a bit of damage. And we have Rangers coming in, but they can't do anything against armor. So yeah, there goes that engagement. IS-2 trying desperately to fight the other Tiger, but alas, it doesn't look like it. IS-2 has met its match. Tiger tank just chilling. I'm assuming we have super close air. Oh no, artillery. Panzer Commander. Yep, that makes sense with the low helmet. Okay. Calliope's been deployed in the sector. Again, even though it has a gun, it's not shooting it. It would destabilize the platform if it did. Oh boy. Anyway, meanwhile, we got a counterattack down, well, a little further south. Shock troops engaging though. Might be able to get a kill. Managed to get a kill. Very nice. Panzer IV moving on in, but again, forgets about the satchels. And most likely will die unless the frag bomb comes in and kills it. Or is that... No, is that Panzer Commander? Nice shot at the Panzer Commander. Kills the AT gun. T-34 just right there. But again, we have a huge army down south with Arctic's remaining infantry forces providing cover. Hoping he comes in, but unfortunately just not. Smoke coming down, allowing it to escape. Again, we have another IS-2 here. I love how there's mines here, but the Germans aren't falling for it. They haven't hit any of those mines. But yeah, it's... A lot of these fights, the Axis are picking off the Allies, and the Allies aren't getting any kills off the Axis. They're just retreating. And when they do, the Axis make them pay. I just don't... Alright, full retreat. I just don't think the Axis... Oh, sorry, let me rephrase that. I don't think the Allies can keep this up. With their overall army capacity now at... It's being pulled by a single person. Artie's the person with it. And his armor gameplay has been actually pretty damn well, especially with this Su-85. But also, there's a plane going ahead. No anti-air. No anti-air. So it's literally just going to circle and provide support to the Axis. And again, maybe another Stuka bomb somewhere. No. Smoke was deployed. Again, I love how it took Soviet men to clear it, because you can see the explosions that happen around it. Meanwhile, Axis forces have a ton of armor at the middle VP point, but they have no infantry to take it. I'm surprised they are... Again, the mines are so close. The Panther has to be taunting them. Are you getting minesweepers? No, you're not. Okay. I don't know if you know they're there, or you're just trying to sacrifice the men for him. There goes one. There goes the other. He literally sacrificed the Pioneer Squad to clear the mines. Okay, sure. Also, I just realized he has artillery in the back. Sure. And again, they don't really have a lot. Oh, say goodbye. Yeah, that poor engineer squad. Well, fired a lot of Panzerschrecks. Unfortunately, not a ton of damage right there. Panther, I guess, was hit by another mine. Stu trying to provide cover. Major battle going on up north with two Panthers fighting a T-34. We have a Jackson, more T-34 armor coming up. Remember, this guy's supposed to be in the south, which means he's no longer here, why Arctic doesn't push this way, I have no clue. Like, Arctic keeps coming up this way, which is fine, but you have access to literally get around their defenses, so I don't know. Anyway, T-34 did die. We have a B-4 going down here, so yeah, he's just focusing down at this point. Panthers pulling on back, and I don't blame them. Because, again, they don't want to stay in this engagement with Penals, Jackson, T-34. They would lose that over time. Even with the Su-85 as well. So, their best idea is to pull back, heal, and wait for additional armor. And again, I love how the fact that it's not like the Axis don't have anti-air from when I was mentioning earlier. They do. They have the half-track, and it shot down a number of their planes. So yeah, they can't do recon without being shot down, but the Axis can. It's kind of dumb in that regard. But in any case, IS-2 healing. Calliope's, well, has 15 kills, so it's done something. Again, a good hit here. Could do a lot of damage over here. Essentially hitting the engineer squads, or pioneer squads in this case, and stop them from getting that back up. But it looks like what's going on right now is the allies are converging on the middle and northern VP points in order to win this game, which is quite funny because if I look down south, yes, they do have a lot of men, but I'm not seeing any mines or defenses. So if you play it right, you could like a good demo knocks out the blob, long range fair knocks out the tiger in this, and then you just run it down, run the Stuka down. But otherwise, you're gonna have a Stuka come on in, clear the MG, and now he's gonna charge once again at this point, which he's done 1,000 times before. And there's no army even close. You have an IS-2 that can engage, and maybe the Calliope redistributes its forces. But now Thomas is also getting in on this with the Tiger. They see a breakthrough opportunity and they're taking it. Anyway, there's nothing here stopping a complete collapse of the Allied line in mid. And also, oh my god. Well, Joey saw this opportunity. Hold on. Where? Oh, I'm sorry. Nope, it's Panzer Commander. Sorry, I thought it was a frag bomb coming in. Panzer Commander does call another one here. We do have something coming in. I'm assuming a Sturmovik strike. Maybe fire. Nope, there's two. It's definitely fire and a Sturmovik strike. AT have pretty much this entire area. This Tiger's being overwhelmed by the amount of AT. Sturmovik strike hits the infantry. Fortunately, IS-2 gets flanked by the Panthers. Calliope's coming in right on all the armor, which isn't doing a lot. Stuka bombs coming in as well on a lot of the AT guns. They're running through the fire, doing a little bit of damage, but overall they'll have this point under their control. B4 missing wildly in that sector. Panther and Tiger trying to flank IS-2 and T-34, trying to assist, but their support was knocked out by the artillery. So they don't exactly have enough anti-armor to win this engagement. And IS-2 will help. Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Oh, smoke came down. Never mind. Nikolai's like, I got you. And it's like, no. I'll prove Greyshot wrong. No. Anyway, IS-2 engaging a Panther. Right now, I think that Panther, especially with being Vet 2, might be in a better position to win this fight. We do have an MG right here. Great. Not exactly going to help. IS-2 get a nice shot off the Panther, although I think for some reason it's not lighting itself up. It's presenting itself in like rear armor. I think it may have gotten a hit there, but Panther did get a nice shot on the IS-2 and pushing that sucker back. Meanwhile, the Panzer Grenadiers and you know, with Panzerschrecks and without are now pushing in the mid. There's not really any mines in the sector, so nothing's stopping them that way. Grenadiers are just walking up mid. Yeah, that was that broke them. Like again, they just very smartly, and like I mentioned earlier, they engaged an area where the Allies were furthest away, destroyed the army that was there, kept doing it, and even though the Allies would send in more and more forces, they would slowly be knocked out because they could deal with it in small chunks rather than a gigantic blob. Luckily, Calliope's pushing back the Panzer Grenadier, so yeah, Riggs got pushed back. Also, the Axis have tons of resources, for the most part. Arctic and Thomas not really, but the other two Wehrmacht players absolutely do. We do have a T-34 being deployed, which I find weird because, being honest here, I think a KV-1 would be better. I know Ace quivers in the background being like, why would you get a KV-1? But it would at least survive the armor. It would at least, like, again, you would survive longer in the fight than this T-34s. And you're not ramming. Like, you're not ramming. You're not doing anything along those lines. So I don't know what. Luckily, we do have, what was it? Jasha currently trying to decap the point. Stuka bomb's coming in on it. Does a little bit of damage. And I'm assuming the pack gun and Stuk might kill it. No, Panthers come in. I'm sorry. Up, we have Arctic with the King Tiger. I guess he's like, screw the Tiger, I'll get a King. Fire. Oh god. Fire was just deployed somewhere, but I'm more paying attention to the Panthers and the Tiger that's chasing on the IS-2. Damn that IS-2. They have just not been supported at all. S-285 trying to hold. There is a minefield down here. His best chance would be to back up into this area and lure them in and hit long range. That's not going to happen, though. That is not going to happen. He was moving a little slower. I wonder if he had the extended view on, and that caused him to get knocked out. Anyway, another armored unit dies, and we do have a Jackson half health coming in against the King Tiger and the army of Panthers. Yeah, not gonna work. Throw satchel. God, King Tiger and Tiger like, no, kill the infantry. Stop him. Meanwhile, another Tiger from Thomas comes in. 23 kills. Again, they're not, it's not like it's not doing damage. Oh my god, look at all the, like this, there's a lot of German units that lost quite a bit here, but also look at all the mortars and everything. That's ridiculous. Anyway, Stormvik strike inbound, but it's armor. It's not going to do much. Calliope's dead, and I'm going to assume that's GG. Conscript's just chilling. Tiger tanks pulling on back. And yeah, that's going to be game. Because, yeah, the Axis have way more in terms of population than the Allies, and they're just going to drain them dry. Frag bomb kills the men in the building while you had men in there. I had no idea. It's a shack. It's not exactly going to turn the tide for you. Oh my god, Joey remanned the B4. That's a meme right there. That is a meme right there. Anyway, so good job, Joey. Just good job remanning that B4. Oh, I wasn't able to fire yet. That kind of sucks. But I just have a picture of the B4 manned by the Germans. People were like, wait, what? What? How is that possible? Any case. So, yeah, my thoughts on this game. Let's look at overall damage. Joey got most damage. Arctic got least. Most kills went to Joey. Least kills, once again, Arctic. Best KD, Joey. Worst KD, let's see. It's probably Riggs, ever so slightly, I think, got a worse KD. Because it's a 1.4 to 1.2 compared to... Well, no, it's 15 away. No, I think it's Arctic, actually. I think it's like 25 right there. And that is it 25 for the bottom? Can I not count? No, I think it's 26. Yeah, it's 26. So, I mean, I guess maybe it's one of the two. They're very close, is what I'm saying. They're very close. But let's see. On the Allied side, most kills goes to RT. Most damage goes to RT and kills. Least damage goes to Liberties. Or sorry, least damage, least kills goes to Joshua. Best KD out of the bunch is probably Artie. Worst by far is probably Liberties with a 3-to-1. I'm sorry. Oh, I'm sorry, 1-to-3 ratio. Jesus Christ. But yeah, some of these players didn't play very well. Liberties kind of just threw a lot of his army away. RT did help, but he kept moving his forces back and forth. But at least he was trying. Yeah, it just wasn't a lot of coordination, I feel like. These guys did very well. Joey kept his units alive, and Thomas did pretty well with his unit preservation as well, and definitely got a lot of kills. Riggs definitely got some kills as well, and had some good airstrikes, by the way, with the Stuka bombs and whatnot, so I will give him credit there. Overall, I feel like this is a game of just slowly attritioning the enemy down, and I feel like the Axis did a way better job than the Allies. The Allies just... they weren't coordinating that effectively, or they would do these weird, very weird charges with an IS-2 to kill the Tiger, and they did kill it, but then they wouldn't send up more men to back it up, or they would send men out by itself. It's just kind of astounding in that regard. But overall, I will say that credit where credit's due. Axis did play very well, and they did hold the island. I will say another area is why wasn't more charges stuff done here. Why weren't either side, the Allies or the Axis, pushing in this area? It's very weird to me. But overall, I still think this was a pretty good game, and kind of shows that you need to coordinate with your team and kind of coordinate with your units. So that way, if you are going to do this massive engagement, you're prepared. And also, if you're going to move all your men to the north, be ready for a charge down here, especially when the enemy is attacked over and over and over again through this exact same spot. But, yeah, that's going to be it. I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure you submit the replays to greyshotproductions at gmail.com, and I'll take a look. But this has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time. Wait a second, before you guys go, I have a couple people I need to give a shout out to because they are so amazing, awesome, and just really supportive of my content. Those people include Milam, Ace, Chris Bailey, Folkvard, Javi, Jfoe, Joey, jrchicklis, Little Koosh, Mustaach, Onlyplayapples, PyroShark, Streakingwookie, GTA, Jakub, Ocwieja, and Kevin Gao. Thank you guys so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. This has been Greyshot17, and I'll see you guys next time.